And you're welcome to Tuam Stadium for the Intermediate Football Championship preliminary quarter-final between St. Brendan's and Corofin, a North Galway derby to be played out in perfect conditions. Not a puff of wind, and the pitch in resplendent order here in Tuam Stadium. We're looking out as both teams are in their pre-match huddle, and we're only moments away from the start of this game, so let's cut to the chase and get through both lineups for this Intermediate Championship knockout tie. St. Brendan's have Dara Murphy in goals. He's been in impressive form right through the team. Martin Quinn at centre back will be a key player, and at Muldoon, James Muldoon, and at midfield, James Muldoon and Joey Wallace will be key figures. Up front, their star man at number 13, Rory Cunningham, of course involved with the Galway County squad. Carl Healy and Paddy Downey make up a formidable full forward line. The team manager is John Fitzmaurice. St. Brendan's come into this game with a draw, a loss and a win in their 3 group games. Let's look at Corofin. They have former Galway under-21 goalkeeper Oran Burke between the sticks. At centre back is Cormac Graney, flanked by Aaron Looney and Paul Cassidy, while Ross Cohen in the full-back line is another great up-and-coming young player. Ronan Steed at Evergreen is in the middle of the field for Corofin. Great experience from the multi-championship winner at senior level. And up front, Matthew Cooley, Brian Raftery and Dylan Brady are sure to cause problems in that inside line, while Barry O'Donovan on the frees has been a real talisman for Corofin again this season. They're managed by Michael Donlan and Brian Silk, Aidan Donlan and Cecil Looney complete a top-class Corofin management. Our match referee in the middle of the field is Paddy O'Grifa. He's going to take charge of this tie. St. Brendan's, as ever, in their blue colours, Corofin in the green and gold. And we're ready for the off. I'm joined by Kevin Dwyer on co-com as the ball is thrown in. And straight away it's Corofin with the tap down and with the opening possession of the game as they attack the town goal in the opening half of this Intermediate Championship game. Lovely ball from Ronan Steed to switch the point of the attack to the far side to Glenn McHugh, his midfield colleague. Glenn McHugh back to Steed, and a familiar pattern as Corofin get ready to try and put together a move to launch forward and get the opening score of the game. They do have an early opportunity, although the ball bounces off the chest of Glenn McHugh. In good hands from St. Brendan's to win the ball back and turn it over, and now it's their first opportunity through Joey Wallace and then to Rory Cunningham to get the game underway. Early stages, Kevin, no excuses from both of these sides. Perfect playing conditions.
Yeah, perfect playing conditions. Whatever small breeze would favour Corofin, they won the toss and they opted to play with that breeze in the first half. So they're facing the town goal. Ballygar, of course, in the scoreboard end, and they'll take their time. They'll be looking to set up their main man here, Rory Cunningham, to try and get scores for them. And they'll do a lot of passing around, but they'll also have a go at running at you.
Or St. Brendan's as they are. Of course,
St. Brendan's, yeah.
Ballygar and Newbridge, Tohergal, great area covered by this wonderful club who've really responded well from their opening round defeat to Clifton to play their way back into this championship. A high quality draw match with Ilon Oran gave them an opportunity as they look for the first score of the game. Ball dropped across the face of the goal and wide. But their final round victory was very comfortable, Kevin. Now I know against Kilconnelly you have to put a bit of an asterisk given that Kilconnelly were missing 1 or 2 key players including Paul Mannion, but still 3-9 to 5 points was a whopping victory for St. Brendan's that has got them into this position.
It was a whopping victory, and I saw that game and they were very, very impressive on the day, albeit you have to say that it was close enough for a while. Kilconnelly were still in the game, but Kilconnelly definitely missing Paul Mannion. He was in hospital with tonsillitis. He has since recovered. I've been talking to him since, so that's good news from the point of view of Paul Mannion and Kilconnelly, but it was badly missed on the day, and St. Brendan's, they took full advantage of it.
Well, if they were to meet later on in the championship again, you'd have to think it'd be a different kettle of fish, but Kilconnelly have a big task to overcome Micheál Brannocks. While here, St. Brendan's against Corofin, we wait for the first score of the game. It might come here as Corofin's swing went out to the left and wide. The shot in the end from Dylan Brady had the purchase, just didn't have the accuracy and pulled it across to the left hand side.
Yeah, big task here for St. Brendan's in this game because Corofin have strengthened themselves up in the last couple of games with a couple of players that were on the fringe of the senior level back out here now.
Corofin just making a change of kit in the middle of the field. This time it looks like the jersey number 9 has been given back to Ronan Steed. So it wasn't to Ronan Steed, so there is a number 9 jersey gone in there to Corofin for some bizarre reason. They've decided to change it in the early stages of the game, much to the chagrin of the Corofin manager, who's sitting up in the press area of the stand. That's their former player Michael Donlan. So Brendan's trying to come forward, but making a bit of a hash of that one. And it's been all very haphazard in the opening moments of this game. Both sides struggling to really get to the pitch. A lot of handling errors. Good defending back here. Jack Conley is the cornerback for St. Brendan's, and he gets the turnover and gets the round of applause as well. But a lot of errors in the early stages of this game.
Yeah, both sides seem to be a little bit nervous, don't they, Ollie, in their approach to the game. You know, they're cautious and they're kind of taking their time and finding out what's going on. So we'll have to find out what's the story with that particular jersey and who's, in fact, wearing number 9. Ross Cohen, I believe, is the man wearing number 9.
All right, so they've decided number 22 is to come off Ross, and they've given him number 9. Somewhat bizarre change in the early stages of the game, but I think it was down to the fact that the number 22 jersey was ripped, Kevin. So we'll have to get on to the jersey supplier to Corofin, see can we get some sterner material. That should be a mark for St. Brendan's on the inside line, taken gratefully.
Andy Muldoon did very well.
As the attempt was dropped in to the goalkeeper's hands, however. So 24.
Andy Muldoon.
Andy Muldoon getting that one. But didn't have the distance on the kick, and so it was too easy for Oran Burke to launch a counter-attack. And again, easily intercepted. And this time, it's James Muldoon who's picked up possession. And St. Brendan's come again. Neither of these teams making the breakthrough yet, Kevin. It's been very mistake-laden, these opening minutes.
Very error-ridden, I should say. And you'd have to say that both defences are packing back and, you know, making it the space very, very tight. And, you know, there isn't enough pace from the forwards to get by to break down those defences.
Well, it's not that there's a wet ball or anything like that. It's perfect conditions here, but we still are waiting for the first score of the game. 5.5 minutes have flown by, but bar the one shot from Dylan Brady and one dropped short by Andy Muldoon, we've had nothing really of note. Maybe this occasion Rory Cunningham is having a run at the Corofin post. He might go for a fist pass across. Does, gets it into the inside line, but really no chance back there for St. Brendan's Paddy Downey to be bottled up, and the full forward. Despite the pass from Rory Cunningham, you get the feeling Cunningham really should have gone for a punch point if he could have in that instance.
That was the opportunity, wasn't it? And he didn't take it. He tried to set up a goal, but the ball that he hit was over it, went too far past the attacker so that he was easily swamped up.
Nice mark taken by Dylan Brady. Paddy O'Griefa happy to award it. He's just indicating where the free should be taken from, but it should be the opening score of the game, and is Dylan Brady with the opening point from a mark, coming after 6.5 minutes. So God knows it's a point the game badly needed, but it's been rather pedestrian opening to this Intermediate Championship preliminary quarter final. Here's the kick out. Should be one, and is, at the second time of asking, grabbed for the mark by Niall Flynn. Referee says
a late tackle
wasn't far enough back. So Paddy O'Griefa quick to give the free this time and bring it forward to just outside the 65-metre line. Brendan's just trying to inject a bit of urgency here. It's been quite lacklustre so far. Now goes for a long ball over the top. Brilliant ball. That should be a mark into Cunningham, but he plays on. Man all over him. In the end, he should be able to chip that one up and over the bar, and does. Super score from Rory Cunningham. Probably made life a bit more difficult for himself by playing on, Kevin, because it was a wonderful kick pass in, gathered by the corner forward.
This guy has an instinct for goal. We know that, Ali. We've seen it so many times. So his natural instinct is get the ball and turn towards the goal. And I'd say that was the first thing in his mind. Space was closed down, so he popped it over the bar.
Glenn McHugh moving forward for Corofin. Now they'll try and answer. Suddenly the pace has picked up a little bit in this game from both of these sides. Point apiece. Ronan Steed tried to chip it far enough so that it would have been a mark for Brian Raftery, but didn't quite carry enough, but it still works out. Brady's in there. He's got a free in for Corofin. Just those hands in over the shoulder, Kevin. Simple decision for the referee, and really at this level these kind of giveaway frees are simple tap over points for a
very,
free taker.
very, very silly, really. And you could see Paddy O'Grady, when he blew the whistle, he indicated what it was about. He showed that he put the hand in over the top to show that that's what the free was all about.
Well, that's a pretty basic error. And I think even at coaching level, most are telling now, whatever you do, don't get the hands in over the top. That ball is tapped over the bar. Simple point for Corofin from Matthew Cooley to get his opening point of the game. A free that gets Corofin back in front by 2 points to 1. And already you get the sense this is a game that's going to be point for point. Long ball driven in over the top. Keeper under pressure, and in the end it's out to the left hand side and wide. Ambitious from Ronan Steed, who just literally grabbed the kick out and had a whack at it. Wasn't a million miles away from nestling in that top corner either, and I'd say
it was a good effort.
Dara Murphy is somewhat relieved, but the signals definitely broke down in that instance. Albeit at this level, you'd have to say, looking out, it is man for man.
Free out.
And now the referee is giving a free from the 45-metre line for a bit of pulling on the midfielder. So the goalkeeper didn't even get to kick out the ball, and he's got a free.
Yeah, Glenn McHugh was fouling there, so spotted by Paddy O'Grady.
Yeah, did well, the referee.
Messing,
Nice ball, chipped into space. Good strong running here. Good work out the field from Paddy Downey. Happy to run out from that full forward berth to get the ball, but again, St. Brendan's having to do a lot of work from very, very deep. No real penetration inside. The one ball they did manage to get through in these opening 10 minutes to Rory Cunningham has ended in a point. But Corofin have their homework done, and I'd say they have a good idea who to bottle up. Ronan Steed with a foul on Martin Quinn. Again, St. Brendan's looking to try and encourage a run from the back. Good work coming from deep. And St. Brendan's again just try and encourage some runners from the back. Another ball chipped into space. Lovely ball. Again, very close to the inside channel. Lovely spin tackle. Should be an opportunity. Should be a goal. It is. Back of the net. Diarmuid O'Brien after the pan pass from Joey Wallace. A beautiful spin from Wallace. And you got the sense that St. Brendan's, for the second time in the game, have been trying to work a goal from that opportunity coming in on the right flank. And on this occasion, it's worked. Yeah,
Diarmuid O'Brien was involved earlier on in the move, Valley. You said, good pass forward. It was passed forward by Martin Quinn to Diarmuid O'Brien, and the ball was then played inside, and he followed the play, and the fullback followed the play right through. Joey Wallace won the ball, as you said, a very good pass into the right-hand side, down low, and he spun around. They tried it with Rory Cunningham earlier, came off the second time.
Yeah, they've got their goal. Now 1-1 to 2 points. St. Brendan's have a foothold. Ronan Steed driving forward for Corofin. They look to answer back, and that's an excellent kick pass, but the ball has been just spilled back there, and the referee's given the free. A needless pullback, and well spotted again from the match referee, who's very sharp. And again, you just got the feeling in that instance that the bulk of the danger had gone, but a little tug back means it's going to be a tap over point and a free for Corofin. That will certainly be tapped over the bar by Matthew Cooley, one would have thought. But good work from Corofin, an incisive bit of play. The man fouled was Paul Cassidy, and the man about to tap the ball over the bar is Barry O'Donovan. He's decided to take over these central ones, and Barry strikes it over the bar, so he gets on the mark as well. So O'Donovan, Cooley and Brady all on the mark for Corofin with points. The goal from Diarmuid O'Brien and the point from Rory Cunningham means it's the narrowest of margins between the sides. St. Brendan's 1-1, Corofin 3 points. Just gone 12 minutes in the first half of this Galway Intermediate Football Championship preliminary quarter final. Dara Murphy goes long to the far side again. 3 Corofin players, 2 St. Brendan's go up, so the advantage is with Corofin on the breaking ball. St. Brendan's just not quite getting their signals right yet as regards loading the area where the kickouts are landing. Here's an opportunity now for Corofin to kick the leveller, and they're not going to look a gift horse in the mouth. Matthew Cooley from play makes it 4 points to 1-1. And you get the sense coming up to the end of the first quarter that St. Brendan's needed that goal, because Corofin, the better team so far.
Yeah, they certainly are, and that's their first score from play. They've had a mark, 2 frees, and that point from play from Matthew Cooley. This is where they're in trouble, St. Brendan's, with the kick out.
Yeah, they've got this one on a break. Falls kindly into the waiting arms of their cornerback, Jerry McGuinness. But they've given it away. Straight back to Corofin. Intercepted easily by Aaron Looney. And quickly the ball is worked through the hands to Brian Raftery. Now looking to try and get a bit of pace going here. He's going to have a pop here from distance. Raftery, super shot. Excellent score. All he needs is a bit of space. And he kicked that comfortably from distance over the bar.
Yeah, it's about 45 metres out, Ali, wasn't it?
Fine kick. He was kind of getting frustrated, I think, in that inside line with the lack of possession. So he says, I'm taking control of this. And 5 points to 1-1. It hasn't taken Corofin long to get back in front, has it?
No, it has not. And the quality is certainly shown. They're having a little bit of trouble. They're having a little bit of trouble in the middle of the field. They've won that one again. But to build from there has been the real difficulty.
Martin Quinn trying to get forward now for St. Brendan's, using Paddy Downey. Paddy's come out from full forward, and really right now St. Brendan's have very little of an inside line threat. They try to work the ball through the hands and get it to this man, Rory Cunningham. Let's see, can he work a yard of space and work the Oracle to get a shot in. A lot of dummy in, but look at Corofin, 14 players back inside the D. Almost impossible for St. Brendan's to try and make any meaningful inroads. Now they try and work their way through the traffic, but again, it's just going nowhere. A lot of dummy hand passing. The goal scorer, Jeremy O'Brien, is forward, but back it goes. And in the end, the shot is way out to the left-hand side from Paddy Downey. You have to say, Corofin look like they have their homework done. They're absolutely mass-packing that area. And St. Brendan's are kind of making it up as they go along here.
They are, yeah.
And really making any inroads.
The real difficulty for them is they're trying to get the ball into Rory Cunningham because he's their main playmaker. And Corofin have 2 and 3 players around him. So when he even gets the ball, it's very difficult for him to create any space and make any options available for each side.
One of these sides will be in the quarter-final draw tomorrow evening here in Tuam Stadium at around about 20-6. Corofin at the moment are the ones leading by a point, trying to get forward. Referee says play on, inclined to give a free, but no. Corofin hold on to the ball, however. Now St. Brendan's are giving them a dose of their own medicine with plenty of players back there, but Corofin unpicked the lock, and a great opportunity there for a moment for Darren O'Reilly, but he elected not to shoot off the left when the goal looked to be right in front of him, and goes all the way back out the field. 5 points Corofin, 1-1 St. Brendan's. 16 minutes gone in the first half. Possession with Barry O'Donovan. He's got one of the 5 Corofin points, but he's out in the middle of the field. Not too far behind him is Oran Burke, the goalkeeper, but Corofin are happy to jog forward and try and work a yard of space. A few steps in there, but in the end the shot comes in and pulled out to the left hand side, but over the bar. Sneaks inside the upright. Conor Newell gets off the mark. And now 5 of the 6 Corofin forwards have scored. The latest Conor Newell from play. And that was all a little bit too easy. 6 points to 1-1. Corofin really are the ones dictating the pace here. Can St. Brendan's respond? They've got it to Rory Cunningham now. He's one-on-one with Shane Canavan. Again, trying to get it back onto the left. Canavan forcing him out the field now. He's got reinforcements with Ronan Steed, and in the end, a little bit fortunate to get a free.
I think the first one, he would have got away with it. The Corofin defender would have got away with it, but he actually touched the body. You know, he tried to stop him going under his arm, and he clattered him a little bit, and Paddy O'Grady said that and given that one.
Yeah, and I think Rory Cunningham is going to just hobble his way away from the ball and leave it to the goalkeeper. So Dara Murphy is going to have a go at this, and this is tricky. Goalkeepers normally take the long distance one that regard, just distance, where you're striking a ball straight on, maybe 45, 50 metres. But this is a real free taker's free. He's only about 6 steps in from the sideline. He's on the 20-metre line, underneath the scoreboard at Tuam Stadium. So the angle certainly doesn't allow a goalkeeper to run up and kick this one straight like a kick out. So maybe in Dara Murphy's CV, he's got this ability to kick it on the curl.
Yeah, but there's a slight delay here because one of the St. Brendan's players received a knock earlier on, just getting a bit of attention. Now it's all set to go, and it's a big opportunity here for Dara Murphy.
Well, he's going to kick it straight on. He's going to try and do a Cluxton on it, but the angle is very, very narrow. He's literally kicking at half the goal at this angle. So We'll wait and see, but this is a big ask. Here he comes. Lovely chip. Has he got the angle on it? He certainly has.
Oh, yeah.
Well done, Dara Murphy.
A generous round of applause for that, Ali.
I think everybody appreciates the level of difficulty in that kick.
Super generous round of applause.
I think that's one of the scores of the game so far, and an important one for St. Brendan's. It gets them back within one. So, tell you what, with a keeper like that, you could take frees from anywhere. So the goalie has got a point, the fullback has got the goal, and other than that, their county man has got a point, and he's the only other scorer for St. Brendan's, who trail by 1. 6 points for Corofin, 1-2 for St. Brendan's. Referee just refusing to be influenced by the catcalls of the crowd for a late foul, and Ronan Steed says, play on lads, you have the ball. Corofin in possession, approaching the town goal 45-metre line, where at the moment they're trying to somehow get back into a 2-point lead. Ross Cohen coming forward, a little chip. Was that a foul? It is. A pull back and a tap over, 14-yard free because of a late tackle, and this is another simple point. The man fouled, Matthew Cooley. The man to profit, I suspect, will be Barry O'Donovan. But then again, anybody could kick this over the bar. It's literally in front of the goals on the 13-metre line. Matthew Cooley himself, I think, is entitled to tap this over, seeing as it was his shot.
Yes.
So I think in fairness to Corofin, they've done the right thing here and given Cooley his tap over. That's his 3rd point. But again, a needless free. That's 3 of them that St. Brendan's have conceded. And the problem with all of the frees they've given away, Kevin, is every one of them have been tap over points.
Yeah, very close to the goal. Really enough.
Kick out from Dara Murphy to the far side of the field. Again, trying to pick it up and keep it in play and do brilliantly well on the far side was Ronan Steed. Kept that in play, used all his experience there. That was brilliant. And now Corofin with Paul Cassidy can stride up the field and maybe try and put a 3-point gap between the sides. Again, they've got a free in.
Yeah.
St. Brendan's calling about steps, but even allowing for the call for steps, there was still a very obvious pull at the end of it all.
Yeah, 3 players around him, and he was going through the 3 of them. So, rather than getting in to kind of form a shield, that he was getting the space to keep running, and they had to pull him back.
Here's the free, right-footed, should be a tap-over point, and it is. And it's all very, very easy for Matthew Cooley. Even any of the points he's getting are not very difficult. They're the tap-over variety, but he's got 4 of them. And that now makes it 8 points to 1-2. And if you take the goal out of it, Corofin would nearly be out of sight.
Yeah, it just shows you that the goal has been a key factor in keeping the St. Brendan side in the game. I'm just wondering about the kick-outs. They've tried with the long kick-out. I'm just surprised that they haven't tried to vary it a little bit, St. Brendan's, and use the short kick-out and see can gain a possession that they can hold on to.
Right now, St. Brendan's are a side that look like they need another goal to keep them in touch with Corofin, because it's 8 points to 1-2. Corofin have strode clear into a 3-point advantage. Now working the ball through the hands, but again, it's very slow, it's very laboured, and it's very predictable. And
into a very crowded area. There was 5 Corofin, occupying that space, so it was going to be very difficult for St. Brendan's to create anything out of that.
Oren Burke, the Corofin goalkeeper, towed a hand but gets it out of there. Little trip, free to Corofin. They're getting a lot of frees, but every one of them are justifiable as they build again from the back on their own 65-metre line. Taken quickly to near side towards Glenn McHugh, just in front of the dugouts, in front of the stand at Tuam Stadium. McHugh tries to use Aaron Looney. In turn, he's got Raftery out from full forward to kick the ball 40 yards backwards and start again from their own half. This time it's with Barry O'Donovan. Decides to use Glenn McHugh, and Corofin are happy to play a bit of keep ball now around the middle of the field. They've established a 3-point lead and they are looking comfortable right now. Paul Cassidy has been very involved in this game, so too Josh McHugh. Josh comes forward, uses Shane Canavan. Corofin really with an all-encompassing lineup that can play anywhere. That's the cornerback and the fullback, both inside the St. Brendan's 45, and they've stayed forward. So Corofin have put a big press on here, and it's a press forward to try and get another score. Is he going to go for one from distance? This is Ronan Steed from 50 metres out, and I don't think you'd like to see that one in the highlights reel. That certainly wasn't part of the strategy. I think he just kind of lost patience in the end and had a whack. But Corofin had been very patient up to that point. And there's no doubt that structurally, tactically, and personnel-wise, they're well in control at the moment. Better kick out this time. Works out nicely for Jerry McGuinness. In turn, flicks the ball back to Andy Muldoon. And St. Brendan's can come again. Even their supporters are just trying to urge better effort. Might happen here with James Muldoon coming forward. Looked like two hops. Referee says play on. Muldoon into trouble though. Back out the field it comes. Is there an end product here? Bursting his way through a couple of challenges. Corofin can't afford to give a penalty away. But the referee says there was an initial foul, and that's going to be a free in. Centre back Martin Quinn was there trying to profit in the end, but I think Corofin will be a bit disappointed to have given away a free in that instance.
Yeah.
There's a bit of back chat here, so I think the referee is going to pull the book out here. And Ronan Steed has talked his way into trouble, which will be a source of annoyance, I'm sure, for the Corofin management. But Paddy O'Griefa isn't one for worrying too much about reputations. Of course, the thing about back chat to the referee is they can quite easily be a black card.
That's the danger, isn't it? That's what I was thinking. Is this going to be a black card or a yellow card? Luckily enough for Ronan Steed, it's just the yellow.
Here's the free, which will be a tap over for St. Brendan's, and Paddy Downey is the man to kick it high into the stratosphere and over the bar. And that's the first free that St. Brendan's have got. So it just shows you the discipline of Corofin in that final third. They haven't been given the scoring opportunities that St. Brendan's have. Now Warren Burke decides to go long, right down the middle. Ball breaks kindly for Corofin, and it's with Conor Newell. He picks it up. St. Brendan's will be disappointed that with Corofin going long with the kick out, they didn't manage to flood that area and get the breaking ball. Now Corofin have got a man over all the way on this near side. Just carried too much for Josh McHugh, or he was in. He has to double back, and that's the danger gone for now. Albeit Corofin still hold possession. Let's see, can it be recycled by Matthew Cooley? Out the field he comes, looking for Aaron Looney, but possession comes off his opposite number 7, Jerry McGuinness. It's a line ball for Corofin. They start again from their own half of the field. A quick look at the watch from the match referee tells us that 26 minutes have gone by. 4 to the break. Corofin lead by 2 points. Ooh. 8 points to 1-3. That was a rather risky kick backwards.
If it wasn't spotted a little bit earlier, it could have been real danger.
St. Brendan's trying to intercept possession here and have done so. Jeremy O'Brien, who's got the only goal of the game, has now got the free. And St. Brendan's, despite playing second fiddle, if they were to get the next score, would be back within 1, which would be hard to credit. Now they go long, over the top. Didn't quite intend possession to end up where it was, but it's worked out for Cunningham. Bursting his way through, gets the free.
He had a chance at the mark, he didn't take it again, Ollie, you know. This is the nature of this man. He's looking to attack the goal all the time.
Free in to St. Brendan's. And this will be a chance for them to get back with it. Apologies if you're picking up any interference on our signal, but certainly there's no wind here in Tuam Stadium to cause it, but there is any amount of wasps, so we are at that kind of weird time of the year where it is knockout, and you get the sense as well, Kevin, that for a lot of the wasps here as well, this could be their last day out.
It's knockout here for the wasp as well, especially if it comes from me, Ollie. I can tell you that. I have a program here that will deal severely with them.
Let's watch this free for Paddy Downey. He's already got one from a very similar position, so this should be back-to-back frees for the St. Brendan's number 10. Again, he likes to, for some reason, kick it up in the air way beyond the netting. 8 points to 1-4, and for some bizarre reason, Corofin can look up at the scoreboard and find themselves only 1 point up when, to me, it looks like they've dominated this opening half.
Well, they've had most of the scoring. Like, I mean, 1-4 is 5 scores. Corofin have had 8 scores. They've also had 3 wides and 1 short. So that will tell you, they've had about 12 opportunities.
Corofin, though, can swiftly get forward and add another one, and they have chipped up beautifully and over the bar. Great work coming forward from the back. The man to score in the end is Ross Cohen. That's his first point of the game. But that was all too easy, and as Corofin approached double scores, or double figures on their points tally, St. Brendan's are hanging in there, hanging tough. And well, we spoke about the perfect conditions, but there is certainly a little bit of a breeze rising as St. Brendan's Niall Flynn went up with both fists. Came back off the Corofin man, so St. Brendan's have been really pushed back here with a line ball. Ball dropped.
Additional time, at least 1 minute.
And they really have to try and work their way out of a sticky situation here. Jinking out of trouble is Jerry McGuinness. Works it back towards Niall Flynn, but St. Brendan's haven't got out of their own 45 yet, and Corofin putting a bit of pressure on to try and win the ball back. We're getting close towards the end of the 30 minutes. After that we'll have some additional time to be added on, just the 1 minute. So 90 seconds of football left in the first half, with St. Brendan's trailing by 9 points to 1-4. Corofin in front. That might change. Rory Cunningham has a pop at the post. Should be a score. Is a score. Second point for Rory Cunningham, both from play. And that makes it 1-5 for St. Brendan's. 9 points for Corofin, who've played all of the football, and now will look to end the first half with a score that would restore their 2-point advantage. We will have plenty of time for at least one more attack. 30 minutes have elapsed, so we've a minute to go, and it's Corofin's Shane Canavan who goes back to his goalkeeper, Oran Burke, wearing 16. And Corofin playing from right to left as we look out from the stand in Tuam Stadium. Now backed by a strengthening breeze, we'll look to try and get the final score and make sure that when they do get it, that there won't be time for St. Brendan's to get back up the field for another attack. A lot of jinking in the middle of the field from Ross Cohen, but not too many steps as the referee. Cohen goes forward. Again, a few heavy hits going in from St. Brendan's, but no foul committed this occasion. Nice ball through the hands, and now is there an end product as the ball is dropped in around the house, but well gathered. St. Brendan's will have the chance to end the half with an attack and maybe the equalising point. Coming out of defence, is there a potential 2 hops there from Michael Doyle, was missed. The referee says he's had enough, and that is the end of the first half. So St. Brendan's, despite playing second fiddle to Corofin for a good chunk of that opening half, going just 1 down, and there is a renewed sense of optimism amongst the St. Brendan supporters that if they do manage some sort of a purple patch in the second half, they might get the lead in this game. But Corofin, after a long period of dominance, only lead by 1 at the break. 9 points to 1-5. Who's the happier going in, Kevin?
You'd have to say that St. Brendan's would be happy enough. There was a couple of times they got a goal in the 11th minute and they didn't score again until the 19th minute, and having got that point from a free from Dara Murphy in the 19th minute, they didn't score again for another 7 minutes when they got 2 in a row. Now the thing about them is this, Ollie, they've had 5 goals scored in the championship so far, and that's the kind of team they are. They are a team that scored a goal already here. They tried to create another one similar to it earlier. And with Rory Cunningham in there in that full forward line, Corofin will really have to be on their guard, because if Brendan's get another goal, it really could make this game very interesting.
They may need another goal, however, if they're to overcome the challenge of Corofin. But right now, there's the bare minimum between the teams. Corofin lead in this Intermediate Football Championship preliminary quarter-final at half-time. Corofin 9 points, St. Brendan's 1-5. We're back with the second half in just a few minutes.
QFinancial.ie got the price and advice for me.
Pension auto-enrollment will soon be introduced. This means that all full-time workers over the age of 23 earning more than €20,000 per year must contribute to a pension, and employers must contribute. What are those pension entitlements, and is there independent advice available? The Q Financial Pension Team are experienced in advising both employees and employers of the positive and affordable options available for your situation. Call 091 421 900 or log on to qfinancial.ie.
Q Financial, qfinancial.ie.
Based in Clare, Galway, OMA Financial Services Limited, trading as qfinancial.ie, is an authorised independent pension intermediary regulated by the Central Bank of Ireland.
Every single ticket that's sold, 5% of proceeds from that ticket is going to Jigsaw to help us provide free therapy for young people aged 12 to 25 across Galway City and County who are experiencing difficulty with their mental health.
We redefine your relationship with energy, save you money, and get you on the path to a cleaner, greener future. JFW Renewables, your nationwide solar energy specialists. Call us today for a greener tomorrow.
Where the free should be taken from, but it should be the opening score of the game and is. Long ball over the top, brilliant ball. That should be a mark into Cunningham, but he plays on. Man all over him. In the end, he should be able to chip that one up and over the bar and does. Super score. Error. And I think even at coaching level, most are telling now, whatever you do, don't get the hands in over the top. That ball, the ball chipped into space. Lovely ball. Again, very close to the inside channel. Lovely spin tackle. Should be an opportunity. Should be a goal. It is. Back about to tap the ball over the bar is Barry O'Donovan. He's decided to take over these central ones. And Barry strikes it over the bar, so he gets on the mark as well. As regards loading the area where the kickouts are landing, here's an opportunity now for Corofin to kick the leveller, and they're not going to look a gift horse in the mouth. Now looking to try and get a bit of pace going here. He's going to have a pop here from distance. Raftery, super shot. Excellent score. All he needs is a bit of space. Forward and try and work a yard of space. A few steps in there, but in the end the shot comes in and pulled out to the left-hand side, but over the bar. We'll wait and see, but this is a big ask. Here he comes. Lovely chip. Has he got the angle on it? He certainly has.
Oh, yeah.
Leave her line. Matthew Cooley himself, I think, is entitled to tap this over, seeing as it was his shot.
Yes.
So I think, in fairness to Corofin, they've done the right thing here.
You know, he was getting the space to keep running, and they had to pull him back.
Here's the free, right-footed. Should be a tap-over point. It is. Here's the free, which will be a tap-over for St. Brendan's, and Paddy Downey is the man to kick it high into the stratosphere. So this should be back-to-back frees for the St. Brendan's number 10. Again, he likes to, for some reason, kick it up in the air.
Opportunities.
Corofin, though, can swiftly get forward and add another one, and they have chipped up beautifully and over the bar. Great work. That might change. Rory Cunningham has a pop at the post. Should be a score. Is a score.
Stephen. One.
There's a secret to everything, you know. That's how the light gets in. Yeah, it's okay now. 1, 2. You're all right. One, two, three, four, five. Yeah, I can, yeah. Here.
Welcome back to Tuam Stadium. We're ready for the second half of St. Brendan's and Corofin. 9 points to 1-5. Corofin leading by a single point. And there's no doubt a little bit of a breeze has got up in the last 20 minutes or so, albeit it is minimal. It's hardly affecting things. Let's see if there's any changes on either side for the second half. Middle of the field, Corofin have put Shane Canavan in for the throw-in. He's alongside James Muldoon, while in close proximity Darren O'Reilly is keeping a close watch on affairs as well, as is Ronan Steed, although it is well won by James Muldoon, who wins the opening ball, tries to drive it long but caught somewhat behind his man back there. It's Paddy Downey, didn't quite win it. Corofin did turn it over, and they come back out the field with the first possession of the game, looking to add to their 9 points. Pretty impressive tally, you'd have to say, for a first half. 9 points. It's great scoring.
And great variety of scoring as well in it, Ali, you know, but a lot of them coming through the middle, you know, from the 45 metre line straight through the middle over the bar, using the advantage of whatever breeze was behind them.
Corofin come looking to pick up where they left off. Glenn McHugh, who's been impressive, back out to Paul Cassidy. Turns around though, goes back, as we've seen so many times in Gaelic football. Just certain players are kind of told, if you get into position, find a shooter. Now St. Brendan's can't afford to give away a free here. They're certainly close to the edge, but referee says play on. Lovely little ball flicked back, but a bit of a scramble in there. Where's the ball going? Corofin trying to somehow work it into the hands. There's a lot of legs and bodies flying, and in the end it's St. Brendan's who come away with it and also get the free. Well, they did well there. I'm not sure was there a deal of fortune involved in the overturn, but
a bit of luck, yes, a bit of luck.
Jerry McGuinness and a man pulled to the ground 40 yards forward. The referee is going to award the free for the pullback on Rory Cunningham, and a free into St. Brendan's, which will give them a chance to level this up.
Yeah, the effort has been at all times from St. Brendan's to get Rory Cunningham into the game, and he's all the time looking to get into the game, Ollie. You know, he won a couple of balls inside the 45 and he could have claimed marks and he didn't, and he was looking for that particular pass again so that he could get out to get an early ball And Paddy O'Grafa was aware of what was going on and called a free.
And this is the free that will give St. Brendan's parity for the first time since the early stages of the game. So they really have been playing catch-up since they got the goal, which put them in front on 11 minutes. Here's the free, however. It's drifting, and it's out to the right-hand side and wide. And well, we did mention Paddy Downey's free-taking style. He kicks it really high into the air, and it just invites the elements to have a rebound. It's a poor kick-out. He's given it away over on Burke. This could be catastrophic. And coming in from the right-hand side, an opportunity, and it's going to be a free out. Hand passed it into the net. A poor mistake. I don't know, was he going for the punch point?
I think so, yeah. I think it was the punch point. Just didn't get enough height on it into the net.
Into the net, and that's no good.
Bit of a panic, I think, in the effort.
Well, Oran Burke is the luckiest man in Tuam Stadium, because that kick-out went completely pear-shaped. Rory Cunningham in on goal, and his attempt at a punch point didn't carry enough, and so it remains 9 points to 1-5. And now, after that let-off, Corofin stride forward. Shane Canavan taking the pass off to Ronan Steed. Should be a score, and he chips it up and over the bar. No mistake. His first point of the game, and a potential 4-point swing, but at a very minimum a 2-point swing, given that St. Brendan's really should have punished the poor kick-out. But now they find themselves 2 behind, 10 points to 1-5.
Yeah, and I was really impressed by the pace of Shane Canavan, the full-back going through there from the 45-metre line. You know, he cut them open with the pace, and that left the room for the pass to go through to Ronan Steed.
Well, Paddy Downey elected to try and flick the ball on rather than catch it, and it hasn't worked out because Corofin have got it back. They also have an extra player over, and it could be a goal. Corofin in on the goal shot. Good save from the keeper. Using the legs, he's denied Dylan Brady. It's gone out for a 45. It really could have been curtains for St. Brendan's. Had that gone into the back of the net, they would have found themselves 5 behind. But again, all of that from a kick out that looked like it could and should have been caught, but again, the inclination to go up and fist the ball on rather than catch it has caught St. Brendan's out. And now let's watch this 45 for Barry O'Donovan, which, were it to go over in the blink of an eye, would have Corofin back in front by 3 and in a relative area of comfort once again. Let's watch this 45 now from Donovan, who's now shooting into the scoreboard end of Tuam Stadium. We'll have to aim this out to the right, gauge the breeze. Does well, it's going to drop short in around the house. Very well gathered. Good work. The edge of the square, James Muldoon there doing his job. He's been impressive, Muldoon.
Yeah, I was saying at the start of the game, Ollie, he's one of those players that's been, outstanding during this championship for St. Brendan's.
St. Brendan's find themselves 2 behind though, 1-5 on the board.
In fact, I think he's made the intermediate team of the week a few times, James Muldoon.
Not surprisingly. Now let's watch if St. Brendan's can again get back on the coattails of Corofin. There's an opportunity through the centre for Michael Doyle. There's a man all alone in the inside line, but not posing any real threat, so he's ignored. Bursting his way through the centre is Carl Healy. Now it's an opportunity for Healy through the middle. He's in on goal here, but in the end off the left he took way too long. The chance was gone. Half a touch on it gives a 45 for St. Brendan's, but they're just taking that little bit too much out of it.
Yeah, you get the sense you were saying there's a man there in the inside line. I always feel the big thing about St. Brendan's, when they're attacking, it's all very condensed. It's very, closed in. They don't pull wide to the sidelines like Corofin would do and extend you. They don't pull you wide to the sidelines like Corofin would do. So that means it's very, very compact in the middle and very difficult to break through.
Right, let's watch this 45. It's that man, Dara Murphy, who kicked a really difficult free from a difficult angle, 20 metres out on the touchline in the first half. This is the old school goalkeeper's 45 right in front. Strikes it right footed, but out to the right hand side. Curls in. Oh, wow, what a catch. Oran Burke from over the crossbar. Well, you'd have to say the keeper did really well there. Stopped a certain point. St. Brendan's haven't quite let Corofin away with it just yet. They've turned it over and got it back at the corner flag. Rory Cunningham out there. Is there any support over the far side? There's a man waving all alone. That's on this near side, Derek Greeley, but he's ignored. Coming through the centre, St. Brendan's still bursting through. This time Jimmy O'Brien has to go all the way back out the field. Is there an end product here from Jerry McGuinness? No, he's going to switch it over. Still waiting with patience. Derek Greeley, is he going to have a shot? No, decides to recycle the hand pass. Back it goes across to Cunningham. Rory flicks it back out the field towards an opportunity. The shot coming in from Joey Wallace. Wallace though goes backwards as well. Now it's going to launch in around the house. It's a dangerous ball. Is there a touch? No, it's very good goalkeeping. Oren Burke with another solid intervention, and his fisted effort at getting it away from danger has led to a free out the field now for Corofin. There might even be a yellow card here for Derek Greeley for that challenge. Referee's going to have a word with him. So that will be a first yellow card to a St. Brendan's player. 10 points to 1-5. Corofin lead. St. Brendan's looking to try and withstand this attack, but Corofin have mid over on this right hand side. Ball dropped in around the house. Ball breaks, and well, in the end, just about held on by St. Brendan's.
Bobbling a lot.
Diarmuid O'Brien is the man to complete the job. The ball was crossed into the danger zone by Dylan Brady, but didn't come to anything, so it remains 10 points to 1-5. Stopwatch tells us that second half is well advanced now. We've played 9 minutes. St. Brendan's attacking the town goal. Jerry McGuinness and passes it back towards Paddy Downey. Got 2 frees towards the end of that first half. Hasn't added to it yet. Centre back Martin Quinn, lovely ball, but this one has gone over the head of Rory Cunningham and easily picked up by Ross Cohn, who was over there doing a man-marking job on Rory Cunningham, and that may well shore up a potential scoring option for St. Brendan's. Brilliant man marker. Corofin happy enough now just to play a little bit of possession in the centre of the field, and all this time the clock ticks on. 10 minutes gone in the second half. Now here they come again, bursting his way through. Darren O'Reilly gets it inside. Brady off the left. Bit of a chip up on the left hand side, but to the wrong side of the uprights, and that's a wide ball from Dylan Brady. Good work from Darren O'Reilly. He's made 1 or 2 little incisive runs there, but scores have dried up from both sides, and in truth this match is in that period of time now, Kevin, where you could see the next 5 minutes will probably decide who wins this game.
Well, you saw that since the start of the second half there's been quite a substantial amount of possession for St. Brendan's. They've, had a number of attacks, but they just haven't really produced anything from them, and they haven't managed to, create a real opportunity other than that goal opportunity that Rory Cunningham fisted into the back of the net rather than over the bar. So, it was a bit of a mistake from that point of view, and it was an opportunity to score, but they haven't really created anything else other than that.
Yeah, and their kick-out strategy is still not working for them. Corofin have made a change. They've taken off Brian Raftery. We'll tell you who's on in a moment, but they're going forward with the ball. Well picked up back there and well defended. Now, is this a big moment in the game where St. Brendan's can turn things around and work it forward? Opportunity now for Aina Greeley. Greeley goes down the line, but again, tigerish defending back there. Brilliant work from Cormac Graney. Just as Corofin were on the back foot, Graney's intervention has turned the ball over. It's a big moment in the game. An opportunity for them maybe to get a goal that could win the game. Brilliant save. 1-on-1, Matthew Cooley, but the save from Dara Murphy keeps his side in this game. Conor Brady is in. We told you about that change for Brian Raftery, and so Conor Brady will have the final 19 minutes of this game to make an impression. But a couple of big moments there, Kevin, as the pendulum swung to and fro. First it was St. Brendan's, a great turnover, a chance for them to counter-attack. Wonderful work by Cormac Graney to intercept and set up a goal-scoring chance, which ultimately ended up with Matthew Cooley in on goal. But Dara Murphy makes a brilliant save to keep his side in it.
Both goalies have done very well, but he's been really, really very, very good. He's kept his side in the game, and as well as scoring a point, he's lining himself up if they were to win it for a nomination of man of the match.
He's been very influential, and Corofin, though, defensively are doing enough to stay on top here.
Yeah, Stephen Canavan getting in there, staying strong to win that one.
Turned the ball over, and it's frustrating for St. Brendan's, who just can't get the scores, and it only managed in this second half a single point. And really, that's not going to cut it, Kevin. I mean, I would think that St. Brendan's, to win this game, are probably going to have to get to 110 to have a chance. And at this rate of scoring, that's not going to happen.
No.
Corofin coming forward now, looking to really try and turn the screw here. They lead by 2. We're heading towards the 3-quarter mark. Possession with Conor Newell. A little bit on the high side, but his kick pass infield has been won by Darren O'Reilly and recycled. Ronan Steed at standing pace gets it across to Aaron Looney. Is there a shooter at the end of all of this, as the play is intricately switched left and right across the St. Brendan's 45-metre line? Brendan scrambling to try and get back to put a bit of pressure on. Could have taken a mark there, but in the end, possession is played on. It's with Shane Canavan. Shrugs off a heavy challenge and then wins a 45 after the block down about 20 metres right of the posts and eating up a few more valuable seconds. Referee's just going to trot into the edge of the square and allow Pádraig Kelly from the Killearn Club, our linesman, to indicate where this needs to be taken from. And it's an important kick for Barry O'Donovan. He didn't quite get the purchase on the last one, but if Corofin go back 3 in front, it'll ask a big question of St. Brendan's.
It will, yeah, because it will mean they'll have to go looking to rattle the onion bag if they're to get anything out of the game.
O'Donovan then, lining up this 45, taking his time, right-footed, right of the posts. Difficult kick. Strikes it well, great purchase, great technique. Oh, wonderful score. Over the bar from Barry O'Donovan. And that is a really important score, which puts Corofin 11 points to 1-5 up. And I think St. Brendan's are really going to have to try and shake things up here if they're going to get anything out of this, because we have ticked into the 15th minute of the second half. Good kick out from Dara Murphy on this near side. He manages to find Éanna Greeley. But let's see, is there a score out of this attack? Down along the line from Jerry McGuinness, trying to work it into the arms of James Muldoon. Corofin have everybody back. Is there a shot from distance? There is, but it's not a shot that's going to cause any degree of difficulty. Way out to the left hand side and wide. Poor is the only thing you can call that from Carl Healy.
Yeah, 4th wide in the second half. So not enough really, not enough action, not enough attack on the goal, not enough options being created.
Poor option. Oran Burke goes long with the kick out, but that really wasn't advised, with 4 St. Brendan's players waiting in the wings, and now they can counter-attack, having won the breaking ball in the centre of the field. It's with Rory Cunningham shrugging off his man, going for an ambitious shot in around the house. Out comes Oran Burke to do really well to get his hands on that ball. Very difficult balls in on top of the goalkeeper, testing him all the time, but he's come up trumps every single time. He's a tall man.
He's a quality keeper, and he was involved with Galway during the league as well. And he showed his abilities, and he's been second keeper to Corofin with Bernard Power there. And like if Bernard Power was ever to step out of the way, they have another quality keeper to take over.
Mentioning quality players, Cormac Graney's had a great game. He's in possession for Corofin. Plays a little 1-2. He's the gloves hanging out of the back of the shorts in case there's a shower of rain. I don't think there's anything forecast, Cormac. You're safe enough. Josh McHugh is helping him out. He's been tigerish as well. He's got the gloves on. Quite a few of the players have, in fact. It's quite chilly here in Tuam Stadium, but in terms of autumnal conditions, it's near perfect.
Yeah, there's a bit of shadow on the players, so there's sunshine breaking through somewhere.
Striving hard to try and keep possession going is Ross Cohen. Little chip pass across towards Darren O'Reilly. O'Reilly just inside the 45 now. Moves it off, trying to get it to the inside line where Conor Brady has it. Conor back to Ronan Steed. Not a lot of support, but he manages to flick it across here towards Matthew Cooley. Brendans are staying patient. forcing Corofin out the field. Another point, and Corofin, you think it'd nearly be home and hosed if they were 4 up. Possession with Glenn McHugh. Again, looking to try and get it to that exact moment when pulling the trigger will give the best opportunity for Corofin to score. The goalkeeper, Oren Burke, has come forward. He's in possession now. He's on the 45. He's pulled back and fouled. Oren Burke, not a lot of options, so takes the free quickly. And now the referee is just indicating that he wants to have a word with the linesman, with the umpire. So the shrill blast of the referee's whistle is 80 yards away, but he's calling a couple of players towards him. He's gone into the polka, and it's St. Brendan's who are in trouble here. Not quite sure what went on, but there's going to be a card of some description here. Well away from it. Looks like a yellow card. And it is. Just slowing up the game, but it's a free to Corofin out in the middle of the field, taken quickly and dropped into the inside line. Oh, well, wonderful work from Glenn McHugh. Gets it back out the field. Is there an opportunity for a shot here from Brady? Left-footed, drops it high. It's going to drop in around the house. Dangerous ball. In the end, it was defended, and defended well, by Michael Doyle, and it'll be a kick out for St. Brendan's from their own 13-metre line. But
yeah, Martin Quinn getting the yellow card there for the
St.
Brendan's.
Yeah, all a bit needless, but nonetheless, the referee had to act on his umpire. So a second yellow for a member of the St. Brendan's half-back line after Dara Greeley picked one up 10 minutes ago. There is a substitution coming in.
Rory Donlan is coming on for Corofin, number 19.
Rory Donlan, powerful man. So he comes into the game.
Not sure who's gone off yet.
Well, they haven't taken anybody off yet, which is why...
Brendan's bringing in a substitution as well, Niall Brannelly. And he's a very powerful forward when he gets going. There's no doubt about it.
So, again, the linesman is just waiting here. He's saying, lads, we can't continue until somebody comes off. All very bemused, but it looks like the man going off has gone off on the far touchline. So long as it's 15 v 15 on the pitch, our match referee is happy. So the subs coming thick and fast, and right now we're 19 and a half minutes into the second half. Corofin 11 points, St. Brendan's 1-5. It's been that way for a while. Barry O'Donovan with the 45 5 minutes ago. That put 3 between the teams. And St. Brendan's have only added 1 point in the 20 minutes of the half so far. Niall Brannelly, his first intervention. Back towards Martin Quinn. St. Brendan's, if they are going to find themselves in the quarter-final draw for the Intermediate Championship, are going to have to hit the afterburners very quickly, because it's been pedestrian up to now. Paddy Downey, is there a flurry of scores coming from the Ballygar Newbridge outfit, or are Corofin going to stay in control of this match, which they have pretty much since the get-go? Long ball, chip to the inside. This could work out for Paddy Downey. Does well to spin his man. Needs support. Not a lot of options. Referee says play on. Paddy Downey looking for the runner. Comes from distance. Oh, looked like a high tackle on Martin Quinn. It is. Clothesliner, says the referee. He indicates, and that would be a free in. And there's a bit of back chat. And the referee just having a stern but quiet word with Matthew Cooley to zip it. And what it does is it brings up the goalkeeper, Dara Murphy, to try and kick his second point. Now remember, he got one from a similar position, an even more acute angle in the first half. He's had a 45 that was caught by goalkeeper Oren Burke over the crossbar. But this one is about 15 metres left of centre.
Replace number 24, Conor New.
The PA announcer.
And St. Brendan's...
just as the goalkeeper was lining up the free, which I'm sure didn't help Dara Murphy, but unerring accuracy, he puts it over the bar. Second point for Murphy, 11 points to 1-6. That was the score that St. Brendan's badly needed.
Yeah, badly needed. Gets them back in the game. We're looking at the stopwatch now, all we can see. There's 22 minutes gone, so 8 minutes for St. Brendan's to get something out of this. But I have to say that Corofin look like they're in control of it all the time. They're moving the ball and sweeping the ball around, and playing it in a keep ball situation. It's typical of Corofin. When you get a lead, it's very hard to get past them.
And yet, St. Brendan's are within a score. So they're hanging in the game. And I think that's all you can do when you're being outplayed for large periods, is just roll up your sleeves and hope that when a championship match goes down the stretch that you're in with a shout.
Yeah, 1 point in the second half after 22 minutes and you're still in the game, so that'll tell you, Ollie, it's not done and dusted.
Corofin have let them off the hook a little bit here, but they are still in control, and Corofin may feel that 11 points on the board might be enough to win this game. We wouldn't have thought so at half time, but the scoring rate has dropped alarmingly. And at 11 points to 1-6, St. Brendan's have it all to do. Referee not giving a free. Looked like a little nudge there on Darren O'Reilly. He's not impressed, but it's a big turnover. And St. Brendan's now launching forward. Who else but James Muldoon gets it inside. Opportunity for Carl Healy. Didn't shoot. And then plays it back into the area for the fullback. Got a touch. And that's poor. I mean, you'd have to think Carl Healy was in an excellent position.
It looked like to be a left-footed kicker too, and it was, he was on the balance side of it, so it looked like a chance for him, and he just didn't take it. Opted to go back out.
Well, it could be costly because Corofin are up the other end. A chance for Conor Brady. He's happy to recycle possession towards Ronan Steed. There's still plenty of room for Ronan to line up a shot here. Thought about it and then invited the runner and chips it lazily across to Cormac Graney, who then at walking pace just flicks it back, and all they're saying on the sideline is mind the ball. Yeah. That seems to be the business, and we have enough of a lead. Let's mind the ball. Yeah, well, unfortunately, mind the ball is the mantra across Gaelic football, which has turned it into the spectacle that it is. There's a lot of periods of play in the modern game where teams literally just hold on to the ball for 2-3 minutes and longer, and there's nothing really to excite the crowd. Yeah. We've had 2 points from Corofin in the second half and 1 point from St. Brendan's. You know, it's tough going, Ollie, watching it. I can tell you that now. 11 points to 1-6. Corofin lead. Paul Cassidy, the wing back from Corofin, tries to get it forward to Brady. Conor Brady looking like a through pass. Excellent opportunity, but in the end, the shot from Rory Donlan has fallen short into the goalkeeper's hands, and really the poverty in attack continues. Yeah, he still had enough time to go a step or two further and pop it over the bar. Would have been the wise thing to do, at least get a score out of it. Let's see if St. Brendan's can pull something out of the fire here. They're trailing as the ball goes forward to Healy. Is he fouled? He is.
Well, he worked that free. He bought that free, didn't he? He bought it. Did well, and it's going to be a tap over point. And of course the spectre of extra time looms large as well, which will have a knock-on effect for the second game here between Damore McHale's and Salthill Loughnacara in the senior championship. Another change for St. Brendan's coming here. They're bringing in their number 22, Owen Mulrooney. So he comes into the game. We'll see who's coming off in a moment, but that'll be after the free is taken by St. Brendan's, and that will have us back to the minimum. Man coming off is their number 24, Andy Muldoon. Gets a warm round of applause. Andy's put in his shift, and now here is the free that will make all the difference for St. Brendan's to try and get back within one. Just over 4 minutes to go in Tuam Stadium. These are pivotal moments as the free from Paddy Downey is up and over the bar. 11 points to 1-7. Corofin, I'm sure, could scarcely believe that they're hanging on here by the narrowest of margins. All the possession and all the chances that they've had, and they're still just a point ahead. It just shows you, in fairness to St. Brendan's Ballagher, they've stuck at it, they've hung on in there, and they've eked out an opportunity for themselves to stay in the game. Corofin still trying to hold possession. Paul Cassidy on this near side. Every ball is absolutely crunched now, because if St. Brendan's are to turn this over, surely a free for Corofin. St. Brendan's are protesting strenuously, and they're very fortunate that the referee didn't bring that ball forward. Such was the ferocity of the complaints.
Number 22,
I think Paddy O'Grafa was content to just explain why he awarded the free.
Here's a long ball, just a hit and hope in around the house. Let's see what happens. And there's a lot of, well, you'll have to think in the end, Conor Brady.
I think they were hugging one another, really, you know.
Well, there was a lot of hugging. There was a lot of love going on in there.
That was strictly come ballroom, was it?
Well, it was definitely one of those.
They were dancing with one another.
The referee could have made a decision either way, but would have been very brave to give a penalty in that instance. In the end, it's worked out for a free out for St. Brendan's, and we're into the closing 2.5 minutes with St. Brendan's chasing a 1 point deficit, 11 points to 1-7. And it's St. Brendan's in possession. Coming forward now, it's Michael Doyle trying to chip it to the man. They need to get on the ball now. He's been very good in the second half. That's Carl Healy. Healy, as he got support, lazily just flicks the ball back towards Martin Quinn. Nice little flick across. Is there a shot from distance? No. Chipped inside, just outside the chance of getting a mark, but it's still in place. An opportunity for Doyle off the left, kicks it up and over the bar. Michael Doyle has got his opening point of the game. Great work in the initial setup by Niall Brannelly, but Michael Doyle, just when St. Brendan's needed to make the burst that we spoke about, they've come good with a point that's gone over the bar to make it level at 11 points to 1-8. And now maybe it's next score wins. Corofin have really started to panic a small bit here as well. That's going to be a free out. And that is very un-Corofin-like.
Yeah,
a long hoof up the pitch like that.
A long hoof up the pitch is desperation. And I think Paddy O'Grafa has told Pádraig Kelly there'll be 4 minutes of additional time, so we can expect that announcement.
We'll be starting that in a minute. But is there a lead point for St. Brendan's? They haven't led since they got the goal in the first half.
At least 4 minutes. 4 minutes.
Let's watch as the ball out the field is going to be dropped in around the house by Patrick Quinn. Flicks it across towards James Muldoon. It's all about game management now, isn't it? It's about keeping clear heads.
Yeah, they were saying a few minutes ago, the Ballygar mentors, was keep the ball, even though they were a point behind. So, like, it's that sort of, have the discipline to keep the ball long enough and then create the opportunity that could get them the winning score.
Martin Quinn for St. Brendan's. Across the line he goes. This is all happening 45 metres out from goal. You know the script here. St. Brendan's are going to take their time. Is there a shot from distance? Now there is, and it's not a good one. It might just stay in play. Ball is breaking around there. Is it one? It is. St. Brendan's have won it back, but in the end, Corofin are scrambling over there. This could go anywhere. It's still in St. Brendan's hands, and now it's recycled back out from where it all started. Is there a shot from distance? Now there is, but it's hopeless, to say the least. And way out to the right hand side and wide. Brendan's completely panicked there. They needed to hold the ball for another minute.
Yeah, keep the ball was the advice coming from the sideline. They weren't listening to it, but it was over the far side of the field. Obviously they weren't hearing those calls, but this kick out is vital. This is really vital.
This is the kick out from Oran Burke. Oran to drive this one right footed. He's going to go down the left hand channel. Very important kick out. It breaks. Who's going to get the line ball? It's very close to sideline. It's fly kicked and kept in play. Is it going to be Glyn McHugh in a real foot race? He uses his strength, wins the ball. Wonderful work from McHugh. Wins it for Corofin. They're up on the 45. It's sprayed across. An opportunity now in the centre of the field. A chance for Corofin maybe to get the lead score. Off the left, it's up, it's high, it's left, and it's going to be wide. What a chance for Corofin's Cian Murphy to kick the lead score. It could have been the winner a minute into injury time, but he's missed it. Now all eyes on Dara Murphy. What can he do with the kick out? He goes short. St. Brendan's come again. They go long down the field. Tiredness starting to set in. There's a man all alone. Niall Brannelly, the sub who's come in wearing number 5. He's up in the 45. Can he bend his big frame and get the ball up? He can. Is there an end product here for St. Brendan's? A little chip ball to the inside line. Cunningham looked to call a mark, but he can't get a mark. Is there a punch point along the end line? It's off the post and over the bar. Cunningham has got a punch point. He's put St. Brendan's in front, 1-9 to 11. But all credit to Niall Brannelly. He's made a difference since he's come in.
Yeah, I said it to you at the time when he came in that He's a very powerful man and a very good man to introduce into the forwards, and he has shown that he has played a very pivotal part in keeping Brendan's in this game and getting them to where they are now.
Corofin now need to get a point if they're going to level it up and maybe set up extra time, but there's loads of time left. 2 minutes have gone. Ball broken in there and fisted out for a line ball to Corofin. 35 yards out from goal on the stand side of Tube Stadium. Corofin have a line ball. There's a few lads going down with cramp, but Corofin have to get out with it. They can't delay it now. They've given it away. It's a terrible line ball kicked away by Conor Brady, and now the ball to the inside line. It's a chance for Cunningham. He's 1-on-1 up at the other end of the field with Josh McHugh. Can he hold the ball? He does the sensible thing, but St. Brendan's have 2 men over here. If they could just get the ball, and what, he's kicked the ball away. What have St. Brendan's done with 2 extra men on the left hand side? Paddy Downey has a whack and just hands possession back to Corofin to kick the ball out. Well, if Corofin come up and level the game, they look back on that moment. St. Brendan's 1-9, Corofin 11 points. Corofin come again. They have another opportunity. They've got a free in the middle of the field. They will get an opportunity. Referee just indicating where the free needs to be taken from. We've played 2 minutes and 50 seconds out of the 4 minutes to be added on. Loads of time for Corofin to have at least 1, if not 2 more opportunities. But they've got to up the ante now as Paul Cassidy comes forward, flicks it across. Everybody back inside the St. Brendan's 45. Possession over on the right hand side with Corofin's Rory Donlan trying to get it inside to Glenn McHugh. Is he going to have a shot? McHugh, he's trying to offload the ball, gives it out. It didn't intend getting it to the goalkeeper, but it's ended up with the goalkeeper, and he's given it away. A poor touch from Oran Burke. There's a man all alone. St. Brendan's have got 3 men over if they just decide to use it wisely. Possession looked like a foul in the middle of the field. It is a foul to St. Brendan's, who, if they keep their head here and keep possession, they should see this out. 30 seconds to go. Corofin putting in a full squeeze. Niall Branley is the man in possession. Just gets it off quickly to Paddy Downey. They've got runners all sides. Branley is the man going forward. He again just needs to look up and find a man. One thing about Niall Branley, he's just got a clear head on him, and he knows the right thing to do with the ball.
A bit of experience
he's
there,
heading to the corner flag. He knows the time is up. It's over. The referee has blown the full-time whistle. The 4 minutes have elapsed, and St. Brendan's have somehow come with a late burst to win this game by 1-9 to 11 points. The 45 that Corofin scored through Barry O'Donovan all of 19 minutes ago was their last score. It put them 11 points to 1-5 in front. St. Brendan's have got the last 4 points in the last 19 minutes, including the winner, a punch point from Rory Cunningham in injury time, to somehow snatch an unlikely victory.
Yeah, and unlike, but you'd have to hand it to them, Ollie. They stuck at the task all the way through. They didn't become overwhelmed. Corofin went to 3 points ahead at one stage. They didn't panic. They kept at their task. They kept working. Kept playing the game that they were playing. Looking the inside men in particular, I think Rory Cunningham was vital for them, and Carl Healy. Both of them were trying to win ball on the inside line, trying to create the opportunities and create the chances. Eventually they won frees, which were converted, and then Michael Doyle got a super point on the 29th minute, and Rory Cunningham put it over the bar. And with Kilconley,
Micheál Brannock, Kilconley and St. Brendan's, 2 sides who met in that last group game, are both in the hat for the quarterfinals. Now they can't meet because both came through the preliminary quarterfinals, but that potential of them meeting later on in the championship in either the semi-final or the final is still alive, when we thought it rather unlikely at the start of the day. It's extraordinary how this intermediate football championship can produce some shocks, some upsets, but what it does is it certainly rewards teams who can time their run and really start to get better as the championship progresses. And St. Brendan's, with this victory, will take huge confidence, one would think.
Oh, you'd have to hand it to them. And really, at half-time, they were still in the game, just a point behind. The goal was the crucial one. The goal was absolutely a cracker, which came from the Joey Wallace pass on the 11th minute right across to Diarmuid O'Brien. And he was... Darragh Murphy, the goalie.
Was he your man of the match?
Oh, yeah, absolutely, yeah. He scored 2 points, and they made some fantastic saves. And he kept the clean sheet, which is the difference between the sides at the end of the day.
And the goal save from Matthew Cooley, that one-on-one situation midway through the second half.
Yeah.
I mean, we marked that out at the time as a potential match-winning moment.
Yeah, it was about the 14th minute of the half.
Just before the 45, that put Corofin 3 up.
Yeah, so it was a great block, a super. And the ball, by the way, when it came through to him, Matthew Cooley had nutmegged the man in front of him. It came through St. Brendan's player's legs. So he was absolutely unsighted when the shot came through, and yet he managed to save it. A fabulous save.
Well, a great day for St. Brendan's. It's funny sometimes how teams can just time their run when they need to, and they've done it when it mattered in the last 15 minutes of this game when they were looking like they were out the gap.
And it's surprising how Corofin flagged and failed. I mean, as the game, we were saying, they're playing keep ball and they're playing possession. But the fact of the matter is, their energy levels had dropped. And they weren't fit enough to see them through. And in the end, they panicked and they went looking for the long option. All the time, the long option. And the long option wasn't working because you have to hand it to the St. Brendan's Diarmuid O'Brien. He was outstanding at full back as well. And, of course, he scored the goal and, he was pivotal in what was happening for them. So, well done to St. Brendan's.
Yeah, great win for John Fitzmaurice's side. They're in the hat tomorrow evening for the quarter-finals of the Intermediate Football Championship. But from Tuam Stadium, that's where we leave it. Thank you, everybody, for watching our Intermediate Football live stream. Congratulations to all the people out there in Ballygar and Newbridge, because your team are through to the last days of the championship. Commiserations to Corofin, whose senior team, of course, will be out in the championship this weekend as well, as they bid to get through to the last four and they take on Killannon. But their intermediates are out. It's finished in Tuam Stadium in the Intermediate Football quarter-final. St. Brendan's 1-9, Corofin 11 points.
QFinancial.ie got the price and advice for me.
Pension auto-enrollment will soon be introduced. This means that all full-time workers over the age of 23 earning more than €20,000 per year must contribute to a pension, and employers must contribute. What are those pension entitlements, and is there independent advice available? The Q Financial Pension Team are experienced in advising both employees and employers of the positive and affordable options available for your situation. Call 091 421 900 or log on to qfinancial.ie.
Q Financial, QFinancial.ie.
Based in Clare, Galway, OMA Financial Services Limited, trading as qfinancial.ie, is an authorised independent pension intermediary regulated by the Central Bank of Ireland.
Every single ticket that's sold, 5% of proceeds from that ticket is going to Jigsaw to help us provide free therapy for young people aged 12 to 25 across Galway City and County who are experiencing difficulty with their mental health.
We redefine your relationship with energy, save you money, and get you on the path to a cleaner, greener future. JFW Renewables, your nationwide solar energy specialists. Call us today for a greener tomorrow.
Happy to award it. He's just indicating where the free should be taken from, but it should be the opening score of the game, and is. Long ball over the top, brilliant ball. That should be a mark into Cunningham, but he plays on. Man all over him. In the end, he should be able to chip that one up and over the bar, and does. Super score. Error. And I think even at coaching level, most are telling now, whatever you do, don't get the hands in over the top. That ball, the ball chipped into space. Lovely ball. Again, very close to the inside channel. Lovely spin tackle. Should be an opportunity. Should be a goal. It is. Back to tap the ball over the bar is Barry O'Donovan. He's decided to take over these central ones. And Barry strikes it over the bar, so he gets on the mark as well. As regards loading the area where the kickouts are landing, here's an opportunity now for Corofin to kick the leveller, and they're not going to look a gift horse in the mouth. Now looking to try and get a bit of pace going here. He's going to have a pop here from distance. Raftery, super shot. Excellent score. All he needs is a bit of space. Forward and try and work a yard of space. A few steps in there, but in the end the shot comes in and pulled out to the left hand side, but over the bar. We'll wait and see, but this is a big ask. Here he comes. Lovely chip. Has he got the angle on it? He certainly has.
Oh, yeah.
Meter line. Matthew Cooley himself, I think, is entitled to tap this over, seeing as it was his shot.
Yes.
So I think, in fairness to Corofin, they've done the right thing here.
You know, he was getting the space to keep running, and they had to pull him back.
Here's the free, right-footed. Should be a tap over point. And here's the free, which will be a tap over for St. Brendan's, and Paddy Downey is the man to kick it high into the stratosphere. So this should be back-to-back frees for the St. Brendan's number 10. Again, he likes to, for some reason, kick it up in the air.
Opportunities.
Corofin, though, can swiftly get forward and add another one, and they have chipped up beautifully and over the bar. Great work front. That might change. Rory Cunningham has a pop at the post. Should be a score. Is a score. Oh, Burke, this could be catastrophic. And coming in from the right hand side, an opportunity, and it's going to be a free out. Hand passed it into the net. Corofin, stride forward. Shane Canavan taking the pass off to Ronan Steele. Should be a score, and he chips it up and over the bar. No mistake. Rainey's intervention has turned the ball over. It's a big moment in the game. An opportunity for them maybe to get a goal that could win the game. Brilliant save. One on right of the posts. Difficult kick. Strikes it well. Great purchase. Great technique. Oh, wonderful score. The PA announcer.
And St. Brendan's
just as the goalkeeper was lining up the free, which I'm sure didn't help Dara Murphy. Just over 4 minutes to go in Tuam Stadium. These are pivotal moments as the free from Paddy Downey is up and over the bar. Chance of getting a mark, but it's still in place. An opportunity for Doyle off the left, kicks it up and over the bar. Michael Doyle has got inside line. Cunningham looked to call a mark, but he can't get a mark. Is there a punch point along the end line? It's off the post and over the bar. Cunningham knows the right thing to do with the ball.
A bit of experience there,
He's heading to the corner flag. He knows the time is up. It's over. The referee has blown the full-time whistle. The 4 minutes have elapsed, and St. Brendan's have somehow come with a late burst to win this game